Hey everybody, it's your girl Janice, and I want to share with you this ridiculously fun electronic noisemaker box that I just built for my niece. Check it out. I'm going to prop it open just so it's nice and loud for the camera.
Wonder, I'll change my underwear.
Okay, tell me that's not fantastic. So the story goes, over the summer I was up north visiting with my in-laws side of the family, and my niece, who is wildly creative, performed and sang this original song of hers. And it was so catchy, it was stuck in my head for days, and I just felt like I needed to memorialize this song in what will hopefully be a very cool Christmas present for her. Even if she doesn't love it, you guys, I flippin' love this thing. It's cracked me up so much. So I'll give you a little bit of information on how I built it, show a little time lapse of a lot of the construction of it. I'm not sure I caught everything, and let's just play around with it for a little bit. Here we go.
Wonder, I'll be a movie star. Wonder, I'll be Joe Biden. Wonder, I'll change my underwear. Wonder, I'll be a stinky fart.
I mean, tell me this isn't awesome.
Wonder.
Okay, so here's how it works. The volume is lower with the lid completely closed, but you can still hear it.
Wonder, I'll change my underwear.
So what we have here is an old cigar box that I'm repurposing for this project. You could use a plastic or metal project box if you wanted to build something like this. And essentially, these 8 buttons are sending a signal to a little board inside. This little guy that I got on Amazon. So these buttons are all connected with one wire down to the board here, and they're all connected to ground. So when it's pressed, they're grounding the signal that's going to the board. The ground is also connected to the ground on the board, so that's how it knows. And essentially when you do that, it tells that to play whatever track is corresponding to the number of the input that it's connected to. So the little board takes a microSD card. That's where you put your sound files. I'm using WAV files that I just recorded on my phone and chopped up with a free program on my Windows computer. The program's called Audacity. It's been around forever, very trustworthy and great to use. Cut off the sound at the beginning and at the end of each of my little samples, and you label them with 4 zeros and then the number. So the one that's going to be number 1 is going to be 00001 dot wave. You can have other stuff after the number. That's fine. It'll still play, but you have to have those 4 zeros. So 00001 00000. Is that 4? 2. My dog is having a dream behind me and making little noises. Totally distracted me. Anyhow, that's how you number your files. You connect up a speaker to that little board. I'm using a speaker just like this inside the box. It's mounted right down here. It's facing that way. Then I'm powering this guy just with battery power to make it nice and easy to carry around and have fun with. If you're going to use battery power, you need it to be 5 volts to connect to this board. So essentially, the best way to do this is to step down a higher voltage. I use these little 6 AA battery packs. These work fantastic for 5 volt electronic projects. It gives you a lot of battery life for your project. So I haven't experimented with how long this will last with the sound amplification, but it'll probably go, I don't know, hopefully 10-12 hours. So we've got the 6 AA batteries, but we need to step that down because what that's outputting right now is 9.8 volts. We need to step it down to 5 volts. So that's what this little guy does. This is called a buck converter. There are much simpler ones that you can get. I wanted to use this one because it provides some light inside the box, reminds you that the project is on. So you feed your power to the input side of the board at whatever it is. You use this little tiny itty bitty potentiometer to control your output voltage, which I sort of triangulated with my multimeter here, which was reading about 5.1 at the setting. That's at 4.9, so we'll keep it there. Then it outputs that to our SoundMaker board. And that's basically it. Also, you can control the little SoundMaker board with an Arduino. So you could program an Arduino to take inputs, say from buttons or whatever you want, some sort of sensors, and then tell this what to play. And when you do that, you can have a whole lot more files on here, as opposed to just using the 8 little sensor inputs that you can use by controlling the board directly. And if you want to control it by the Arduino, you have to change these little settings on this dip switch. But in this configuration, anytime you put one of these connected to ground, it will trigger a sound associated with whichever number of input that is. It's really pretty straightforward. It just works. You can also power this by USB, and it has a headphone output too, if you want to use that. But I just hooked up this simple little speaker to it and it works great. So, bunch of buttons. I use these little guys. You need to be able to solder. You can get buttons that already have leads attached to them, but they're typically really short. And you'll need to be able to connect that to your board. But anyway, that's all of the parts that it takes. You need to be able to solder and use some basic hand tools like a drill to install your buttons. And just kind of understand how things work a little bit. But this is super, super fun. I love it. And you could use this for any kind of thing that you wanted to have to make little sound effects.
Wonder, I'll change my underwear. Wonder, I'll be a movie star. Wonder, I'll be a stinky paw.
As always, I want to wish everyone out there wellness and well-being, and please do whatever you can to bring more laughter into your life. See you guys later. Bye.